Even though I almost flew off the San Mateo Bridge today, Big Reid, I'm here with Laufey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Despite, almost flying off a bridge.
You know what? I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a little amped up right now.
Yeah,
I'm a little
I
excited.
get it. I get it.
My adrenaline's going, but I'm really excited to meet you though.
Yeah, I'm very excited to meet you.
I heard about you probably about 3 or 4 months ago. One of my listeners, her name is Jupiter. I do these IG lives all the time.
Oh, sick.
And she's in my comments like, yo, Laufey, you gotta talk to her. You gotta bring her to the studio. You gotta play her music on the radio. You gotta talk to her. I wish I could invite her today so she could say hi to you.
Well, thank you, Jupiter.
Right, but like, it's like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna look into it. I started listening to your music. Your music, the way I could describe it is elegant.
Oh, thank you.
Incredible voice.
Thank you.
Super talented. I don't really looking into like a lot of people, they'll look at Wikipedia pages and look at all this different information before they do an interview. I kind of like to just do it without going like all the way into all the details. So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started and how it all kicked off for you.
Yeah, well, my name's Laufey. I'm 24 years old. I'm born and raised in Iceland, but I'm half Chinese.
That's lit.
But yeah.
Is it fun in Iceland?
It is fun. I would say it's definitely, it's like very safe, very beautiful to grow up there. It's like very an idyllic kind of childhood, and the nature is insane. Definitely a bit isolated though. And so yeah, I always knew I wanted to move abroad and kind of see what that was like. So I went to university. I went to Berkeley for College of Music and studied
Boston,
music there
right?
in Boston.
Because we got a Berkeley around the corner too.
Exactly.
So
I know the amount of times I tell people, I'm like, oh yeah, I went to Berkeley, and they're like, oh my God, like you must be so smart. Or they'll be like, oh my God, I have a cousin that like lives in San Francisco, and I'm like, no, I'm not that smart. I just went to Berkeley College of Music.
But it's hard to get in there too though.
It's niche. It's all music, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Got you. Now to go back to Iceland, like I know this is gonna sound hella cliche, and I'm sorry.
No,
is there a lot of
please.
ice?
There is a lot of ice,
Okay.
yeah.
But
I know where your question is angled from.
Got you.
There was a meme floating around for a while. I don't know if a meme. Did you see the meme?
No, but I just
there's
saw
like
ice,
an understanding that among the wider world that Iceland is more green and Greenland's more icy.
Exactly.
Is that where it came from?
When I talked to the Killer Roy before, I was like, yo, are there big spiders running around Australia?
Yeah.
That's what we see online.
Oh yeah, no, and 100% it's true. There are two questions that people ask me.
Gotcha.
Always when I say I'm from Iceland.
Gotcha.
There's is Iceland really green and Greenland really ice? Which yes, it is. And then people ask about the Iceland like dating app ancestry thing. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
So there was another meme or understanding that traveled around that because Iceland has like a very advanced genealogical database because there's so few people. So there's an app that we have, or rather a website, where you can look up how related you are to people. And somebody on the internet made it out to be like a dating app to check if the person you're hooking up with is actually your cousin, which like we do, like we check it.
Yeah.
But it's not a dating app.
Yeah, for sure.
But we definitely check it.
You definitely want to be safe. You don't want to hang out with your cousin.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah, that's all bad.
I mean, there are stories of people, pulling up to like a family reunion and being like, oh dear.
Ooh.
But not me though.
Yeah,
I'm half Chinese, so I'm a little safer.
Got you.
Less risk. But that was a tangent for no reason. But so I'm from Iceland and I grew up playing classical music. My mother's a violinist, and also grew up listening to a lot of jazz music, and started singing jazz when I was like 12 or 13. And so I was like classical cellist and a jazz singer, and I always wanted to find kind of a way to mix it together and write my own music and kind of introduce these sounds of older styles of music to a new audience and kind of keep it alive in that way. And somehow I've been doing this for like three years now.
Only 3 years? Yeah. I mean, you've been playing music your whole life.
Yeah, I've been playing.
Professionally, like 3 years.
I released my EP a little over 3 years ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
2 years ago. Sorry, a little over 2 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And how old were you when you picked up your first instrument? Like, how old were you?
I think I got a violin when I was like 2 or 3 years old and just didn't want to play it.
Gotcha.
But I started playing piano when I was 4, taking lessons.
That's okay. That's impressive. Because like I've gotten a couple of keyboards in my life and I just seen them for like an hour and I was like, all right, I'm on to the next thing.
I mean, having a musician mom who's Chinese definitely helps.
She was not playing around
She was not playing around, no. And I was such a good kid. I was like, okay.
All right.
It became a part of school. It's like you go to math, you go to English, music.
Now you just kicked off your tour.
I did,
You chose us to start with last night.
Oh my God, of course.
What was the crowd like?
Oh my God, incredible. So energetic and lovely, beautiful, respectful, kind, loud, but quiet when they needed to be. It was just everything I could have hoped for and better.
Is this your first headline tour?
This is my second headline tour.
Your second headline tour. Mm-hmm. Got you. So how like traveling around the world like you have been, I mean, you're from the other side of the world as well. Like what's been the experience like for you being able to see all these different places and experience being around all these different kind of people?
It's been amazing. It's, you put music out there and you don't really, I like obviously have an understanding of Iceland and then I have an understanding of the States where I live in LA now. But like I've been going this year, I went to Southeast Asia for the first time. I was just in Hong Kong and Beijing 2 weeks ago. And to go to these places I've never been to before. Like I played in Jakarta and I've never been there before. And just to play a show and have like thousands of people come out and sing my lyrics back to me and look out into the crowd and see faces and beings that were just quite similar to the ones in my crowds here or in Europe was so cool. It was like I felt such a sense of community and like my music has kind of like brought people together in some way. So it was a profound feeling and
absolutely.
Yeah, very cool.
That's awesome. That's really incredible. Congratulations.
Thank
That's super
you.
dope to be able to experience that. If somebody was to go through, let's say, I know this is personal, your Spotify playlist, who are the top artists that they're going to see on your list that you're listening to on the regular?
Oh my God. I mean, it's going to be such a mix of things, I think. There's definitely going to be Taylor Swift because I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. This year, SZA's definitely at the top. I played her album so much while traveling for tour. A lot of classical music. So that's going to be kind of like a mixed bag of different classical composers and whatnot. But then of course, like a lot of Chet Baker, a lot of Bill Evans and Miles Davis, just a lot of jazz as well. That's awesome. Kind of a little bit of everything,
Word. Do you have a favorite era from Taylor that you love the most?
I do. I'm a fearless fan. Okay. Yeah.
Did you have a chance to go to any of her shows when she was there on SoFi?
I went to one of the SoFi shows. Okay. It was insane. I just like watched the whole time and I was like, this is a masterclass. First I was like, I wonder if she's real. Because how do you do that so many nights in a row for so long? Yeah. And like I loved it went on for so long, which sure. I was so happy about. But I was like, that's, insane. Like I go out and do, a little over an hour. She was there for like 3.5 hours. And it was incredible. It was just seeing, I mean, for me, like I come from a country of 350,000 people. So to look out at SoFi and see 60, 70,000 people in one place, all screaming along lyrics to like Taylor deep cuts, it's just wild. There's so many people in the world. I'm like, that's another thing I've been feeling when I go to these, these new countries and playing my music and seeing fans come out. I'm like, there's just so many people in the world.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Cause like I went to one of her shows before too. And I mean, I've liked Taylor's music over the years. I've been a fan of her music, but after going to the show, for some reason, like that's gone low-key through the roof at this point, just seeing the whole show. So it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
I think also just seeing how the different mix of people there, you can tell she has like her more kind of country-ish fans and then like the younger pop fans and it's wild to me that she really the way that she's managed to go through so many different eras and like retain fans while getting new ones is really remarkable. It just speaks to her as an artist.
At some point, I mean, do you look forward to doing stadiums? Can you imagine that? Because your voice, like I said, your voice is incredible. Your music is so elegant. I can see a stadium full of your fans.
I mean,
in the future, and you just
one can only hope.
Yeah.
One can only hope. I mean, that would be just bananas. That would be like an entire country in one stadium. We'll see. I'll work hard. I'll see where I get. But yeah, very inspired.
You're very successful already. The numbers don't lie. Like you're having a big year already, and I think it's only going to get bigger for you.
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
Just kicked off tour. You got tour to go through. I'm sure you're working on more music already.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking forward to for the rest? Well, we had a couple of months of this year's over, which is kind of crazy, by the way. Like, I don't know what happened in 2023, but going into 2024, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, it's a lot of touring.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to just seeing the fans in person and hearing them sing the lyrics to the new songs. I have some collaborations that are really exciting that are coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't want to like hint at anybody or anything like that. I'll just leave it alone, but I might say it off the camera.
Yeah.
I don't want to like.
It's a mixed bag, but awesome. Some exciting stuff. Yeah.
Get your fans going online. But no, thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time today. Sorry my tire exploded on the bridge.
No, that's okay. I understand.
But we got that in common though. We like our tires like to go flat.
I've had 3 flat tires in the past 12 months. So I understand, the fatigue, the confusion. Yeah. It's annoying. The tears, the sweat, all of it.
I was ready to cry on the bridge.
Don't worry. I cried last time I got mine, so.
Word.
So I'm there with you.
There we are. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. A final message for your fans from the Bay Area and around the world watching this video online.
Final message?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just thank you so much for supporting, and I'm so happy to be here in the Bay Area and look forward to coming back.
Woo! Yay!